Welcome. Today I'll be going over how to use the clock/timer special tool located in your AVer Plus Special Tools menu. Let's assume that we're starting with a blank page within AVer Plus. Let's bring in the clock/timer. Open the Special Tools menu, click on the Timer tab on the left side, then click on the digital clock to insert it into the current page. By default, whenever we bring the timer tool into the current page, it is on clock setting with a 24-hour display, also known as military time. From left to right, the clock displays hours, minutes, and then seconds. On the right side of the tool, there are 3 buttons. The first 2 are for use with the timer function, so we'll cover those in a minute. The third button is used to switch the clock's display between 24-hour style and a 12-hour style. At the moment, the button is labeled as 24 to indicate that it's in a 24-hour style display. Let's change this now as an example. Once we click the button, we can see that 2 things happen. First, the display changes to a 12-hour style display for the time. Also, we can see that the button to switch clock display styles is now labeled as 12 to indicate that we are on a 12-hour display. Now let's shift focus and explore the stopwatch or counter function of the tool. To switch the function of this tool, we just need to select the corresponding button on the bottom of the clock. After switching modes, the display will blank out to zeros. They now represent, from left to right, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. The 2 buttons on the right side of the tool are also now active. The first button is used to start and stop the timer, while the second is used to reset the display to 0. We will now start the timer as an example. Once the button is clicked, 2 things happen. As you can see, the timer begins to count up, indicating how much time has elapsed. Also, the label on the button has changed to a square, indicating that pressing the button again will stop the timer. Once you wish to stop the timer, simply click the button with the square Stop label. The timer stops, displaying how much time has elapsed, and the Start/Stop button has reverted to a play symbol, indicating that pressing the button again will start the timer from the current timestamp. If you want to start the timer again from the current timestamp, you would only need to click the Start/Stop button. This is useful if you want to record the total time used up by several different instances or intervals. But let's say you want to time something else and want to start the timer from 0. You would click the middle button that has a green arrow. This will reset the timer. It should be noted that if the timer is in use, pressing the reset button will both stop the timer and reset it to 0, ready to start timing again. There's only one button left on the clock tool. This is the button labeled with an X, and pressing this button will remove the clock/timer from the working space.